Welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be talking about the second point on getting into grad school. Now that you've done everything on your research and about the school, the course requirements, and the funding available, the next thing for you to do is to prepare your documents. Now, preparing your documents require you to list the documents you need and try to get them accordingly. Sometimes you may need to get your transcript from your school, and sometimes you may need to, speak with your recommender, someone who's going to talk about your experiences and how they know you and how best you fit into the course you're applying for. Most times it's basically from academics. If you've worked before, definitely you can definitely use your boss or someone that knows you professionally. For standardized tests, if you need to write your IELTS, or as I said, depending on the school, you also need to get that. And then also your personal statement, which is actually very important. I'll be discussing about the personal statement in the next slide. But for now, you need to know the documents you need based on your school. And how do you get these documents? What is the time frame that you need to get this document, knowing that you need to submit at a particular point in time? Reaching out to your referees, as I said earlier, and preparing for English requirements even there. If you're going for a master, sometimes you may not need it if you're coming from an English speaking country. Other times the course requires that you still write your English certification like IELTS, which is needed. And I think the most difficult part, or not really difficult, but something that may be challenging for anyone that has not done anything that has to do with grad school, is writing a personal statement. So I'm going to discuss in depth on what you need to do when you're writing a personal statement. First is you need to be authentic. Authenticity is very important. You need to write your own story. You can get a whole lot of templates online on how people write their personal stories and see, which one resonates with you, the writing style, and things like that. But at the end of the day, your story is how you sell yourself. So you need to tell your stories. And then after telling your story, then you'll be able to talk about, okay, how this school you're applying to or the course you're applying to will be a good career choice for you. Maybe if you're going into the industry or going into academia. So you have to decide that. So for writing your personal statement, what our advice is, write a story about how you started, basically your life. That's how I did mine. I talked about, okay, growing up, I used to be fascinated about computers and how to use them, how they interact with people and things like that. And then from there I talked about how my interest, my curiosity led me into getting scholarship in schools, from high schools, because of how I performed in my exams. And then from there I got bursaries award in uni. And from there I went into writing different certifications because I was extremely passionate about these. And from there I realized that, okay, based on everything I've done and all the achievements I've really gone through, and then I said I will be interested in pursuing this career or pursuing this course in this school, basically. So it looks easy, but basically that's just the storyline of what I wrote in my personal essay. So now from there you build upon each paragraph. So for example, growing up, what you love is like a paragraph, like 4 or 5 paragraphs. The second one is how you got into high school, got some scholarship, how you're able to pursue your career. Then you can talk about the internship you got, and then other things you're passionate about. Then after talking about your school, you can go to the third one. I talked about aside school. This is what I do. I volunteer for young women, you know, things, talking about the things I've done, collaborating with UNICEF, what I've done, career choice, and things I've done aside academia also. So you may want to do things like that. That also helps boost your personal statement, knowing that you are not only career oriented, but you're also opening you are also open to serving other people, being a role model to the society, being a role model to young women and things like that. So from here, building this hub, you have like a whole page, you have like your 500 words or less. So your personal statement has to be a story. You want to ensure it is extremely strong. If you read different personal statements, from there you get an idea. Like you just like sit down and then think and then start typing. Basically, that's what I do. Once I get the idea in my head, I just wake up early in the morning and then start writing exactly what it is. And then from there, you can refine. The more you think about it, the more you refine, and then you give someone who could help you proofread, edit some errors, restructure the English and things like that. And then you have your personal statement ready. I think this is the hardest part for anyone, applying for applications or doing anything at all. So once you have your personal statement ready, then you have everything basically, and then you're ready to start your application. So as I said earlier, this is the most difficult part, but once you can, get this done, then you're good to go. For other countries, like US, for example, they have statement of purpose and I think personal statement or things like that. So you may want to read about that. Also, there's one you have to write something like this, and then the other I think about exactly your research or what you want to do in graduate school. So, and once you've done this, I think you just need people to proofread, people who have experience in reading essays will be able to give you, guidelines or give you on ways to improve your essay, or maybe just, tell you you're good to go, and then you can start your application process. So I hope this was valuable to you. If you have any questions concerning personal statement or what to do and how to go about your application process, please drop it in the comments, and do subscribe to this channel and share the video also to help someone who may need this. Thank you and have a brilliant day.